Imagine sipping a refreshing margarita on a white sandy beach, exploring ancient ruins enveloped by jungle, or diving into a crystal-clear cenote. Welcome, travelers! I'm Tegan, and today we're diving deep into the heart of Mexico. Whether you're a beach bum, history buff, or a thrill seeker, Mexico has something for everyone. From the Pacific coast to the Yucatan Peninsula, from vibrant festivals to mouth-watering street food, we've got it all covered in this ultimate Mexico travel guide. So grab your sombrero and let's embark on a journey you won't forget. And hey, stay tuned, because we're about to reveal the secrets to making the most of Mexico's diverse geography and regions. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Up next, we'll delve into the fascinating regions that make up Mexico and why knowing a bit about the lay of the land could make or break your trip. Mexico, a land of diverse beauty and vibrant cultures. But wait, Mexico isn't just one big beach or a sprawling city. The country is divided into several unique regions, each with its own allure and charm. Let's break it down, shall we? First off, we have the Pacific coast, the surfer's paradise. Think stunning sunsets, gnarly waves, and coastal towns like Sayulita and Puerto Vallarta that are brimming with character. Then, there's the Yucatan Peninsula, home to Cancun and Playa del Carmen. If you're into Mayan ruins, dazzling beaches, and, the world's second largest barrier reef, you're in for a treat. Moving inward, central Mexico gives you a taste of the country's rich history and mouth-watering cuisine. From the bustling streets of Mexico City to the colonial charm of Guanajuato, it's a region that has something for every kind of traveler. Last but not least, we have northern Mexico. A region often overlooked but rich in desert landscapes, rugged mountains, and bustling metropolises like Monterrey. Why does all this matter? Because what you pack, where you go, and even what you eat can be influenced by the region you're in. So, it's not just about Mexico. It's about discovering the Mexico that's right for you. Ready to find out the best times to visit these amazing regions? Wondering when the crowds disperse and the weather is just perfect? Stick around, because we're diving into that next. So you've got a sense of Mexico's diverse regions, but when is the best time to visit? Timing is everything. And depending on when you go, you could be in for an experience that's poles apart. Let's start with the seasons. Mexico has a tropical climate in many areas, which means it's pretty much warm year-round. But watch out for the rainy season from May to October. Don't fret, the showers are usually short-lived and provide a refreshing break from the heat. Now, let's talk holidays and festivals. Day of the Dead in November is a must-see, a cultural spectacle where families honor deceased loved ones with colorful altars and festivities. There's also the famous Carnival, a pre-Lenten bash that'll have you dancing in the streets. But maybe you're not a fan of crowds? Consider visiting during the shoulder seasons, April to May or September to November. The weather is still great, but the tourist hotspots are less congested. Here's a pro tip. If you're into whale watching, the Pacific coast is the place to be from December to April. Imagine catching a glimpse of humpbacks and gray whales as they migrate. Now, that's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. So whether you're a sun worshiper or a culture vulture, knowing when to go can elevate your trip from good to absolutely unforgettable. But hold on. Mexico is more than just a pretty face. Safety should be your top priority while traveling, and you'll want to stick around to find out how to keep your trip hassle-free and secure. That's coming up next. All right, let's get real for a moment. As magical as Mexico is, it's essential to prioritize safety so that the only surprises you encounter are the pleasant ones. Don't worry, we've got you covered. First things first, exercise common sense. Keep an eye on your belongings, don't flash expensive items, and avoid walking alone at night in areas that aren't well lit or populated. Basic stuff, but worth repeating. Now let's talk scams. The infamous fake police scam might see someone posing as an officer to extract a bribe. Always ask for identification and don't hand over your passport or money. If something feels off, it probably is. Another thing you should be aware of is the tourist price. Always agree on prices in advance, whether it's for a taxi or an artisan souvenir. A little negotiation can go a long way. Now, I know what you're thinking. Safety tips are great, but what about the logistical stuff like visas and entry requirements? No sweat, we're diving into that next. And trust me, you don't want to be the one stuck at customs for hours because you forgot some paperwork. Paperwork. The necessary evil of any international adventure. You don't want to get all the way to Mexico just to find out you're missing some critical document. So let's talk visas and entry requirements, shall we? If you're coming from the United States, Canada, the European Union, or a host of other countries, you're in luck. You don't need a visa for short visits. Just fill out a tourist card, known as the Forma Migratoria Multiple, FMM, upon arrival, and you're good to go for up to 180 days. However, if you're planning to stay longer, or if you're visiting from a country that does require a visa, you'll need to apply in advance. Check out your local Mexican consulate's website for the most accurate and updated information. Now, don't think you can just waltz in with whatever you like. Customs regulations exist, people. Importing restricted items like certain foods, plants, and obviously anything illegal is a no-no. And do declare anything over $10,000 USD, unless you fancy a chat with the authorities. One last tip: keep your entry documents safe. Losing them could mean a headache during departure or even a fine, so snap a photo and store them somewhere secure, just in case. Feeling prepared yet? We're about to make your life even easier. Coming up, we'll talk about transportation, how to get to Mexico, and how to get around once you're there. Buckle up, it's going to be a smooth ride. So you've navigated the maze of visas and entry requirements. Congrats! Now comes the fun part. Actually getting to Mexico and exploring this magnificent country. Trust me, you're spoiled for choice when it comes to transportation options. First off, let's talk international airports. Mexico City and Cancun are the major hubs, but don't overlook other gateways like Guadalajara, Monterrey, and Tijuana. Direct flights from the US, Europe, and other parts of the world are more abundant than you might think. Once you're in the country, domestic flights can be surprisingly affordable, especially if you book in advance. Airlines like Volaris and Aeromexico offer frequent services to almost every corner of the country. But maybe you're the kind of traveler who prefers terra firma. Mexico's long-distance bus network is exceptional, offering different comfort levels to suit any budget. From the luxurious Ejecutivo class to the more basic Segunda class, you'll find an option that fits your needs. And then there's local transport. Taxis and ride-shares like Uber are generally safe and convenient in major cities. Just make sure to use licensed services and agree on a fare before hopping in. For the brave souls, public transportation can be an adventure in itself. Subways, buses, and even colectivos, shared minibuses, can get you where you need to go on the cheap. Just keep your wits about you and your belongings close. Now, you figured out how to get there and how to get around. But where are you going to sleep? Don't fret. Whether you're looking for 5-star luxury or a cozy hostel, we've got the lowdown on accommodations in Mexico. And that's coming up next. So you've touched down in Mexico, breezed through customs, and navigated the local transport like a pro. Now where to lay your head at night. Whether you're a luxury seeker or a backpacker, Mexico offers a wide range of accommodations to fit your style and budget. Let's start with the luxury options. Mexico is home to some world-class resorts, particularly in places like Cancun, Playa del Carmen, and Los Cabos. Think infinity pools, beachfront villas, and top-notch spas. You'll be sipping that pina colada in style. But maybe you're after something a bit more budget-friendly. Boutique hotels offer a unique blend of comfort and local culture, often situated in restored historic buildings. Locations like San Miguel de Allende and Oaxaca are teeming with these charming hideaways. Now, for the budget-conscious travelers, hostels are your go-to. They're a fantastic way to meet like-minded explorers, especially in backpacker hotspots like Tulum and Mexico City. Many hostels even offer private rooms, so you can enjoy the social atmosphere without sacrificing privacy. And let's not forget vacation rentals. Websites like Airbnb and Vrbo offer a plethora of options, from urban apartments to secluded beach huts. This can be a great way to live like a local and perhaps even score some insider tips from your host. Now, booking accommodation is only part of the equation. You also need to think about location. Proximity to attractions, safety, and access to public transport can make a significant impact on your experience. Up next, we'll dive into the culinary delights that await you in Mexico. Warning, it's going to make you hungry, so maybe grab a snack before we dive into the next section. All right, let's get to the juicy stuff. Literally, Mexican cuisine is a gastronomic adventure that goes way beyond tacos and guacamole. Trust me, your taste buds are in for a treat. Let's start with street food. Because let's face it, this is where some of the most authentic and delicious eats can be found. Tacos al pastor, elote, churros, the list goes on. Look for vendors where locals are lining up. That's usually a good sign. But maybe you're after something a bit more sophisticated. Mexico is home to an array of fine dining establishments that take traditional flavors to gourmet levels. Think mole with a twist, creatively plated ceviche, and pairings with top-notch Mexican wines. Beverages. Whether you're a tequila aficionado or a mezcal newbie, Mexico's got a drink for you. Let's not forget the ever-popular micheladas, a beer-based cocktail that's both refreshing and spicy. And for something non-alcoholic, agua frescas in flavors like hibiscus and tamarind are hard to beat. Now, a word of caution. Street food is generally safe, but it's best to stick to busy stands and make sure your food is freshly cooked. And remember, not all Mexican food is super spicy, but if you're sensitive to heat, it's always a good idea to ask before taking that first bite. So there you have it. From street eats to gourmet treats, Mexico offers a culinary experience that's as diverse as its landscape. Feeling hungry yet? Well, don't fill up too much, because we're about to explore the exciting activities and experiences that make Mexico a playground for adventure seekers. Hang tight. This next section is going to be a wild ride. All right, adventurers, thrill seekers, and culture enthusiasts, this one's for you. Mexico is not just a feast for the taste buds, it's a playground for all kinds of exhilarating activities and enriching experiences. So let's dive in. If you're an adrenaline junkie, Mexico's diverse landscapes offer the perfect backdrop for outdoor escapades. How about ziplining through the jungles of Quintana Roo, or going ATVing in the deserts of Baja California? And let's not forget surfing those epic waves on the Pacific coast. But what if you're more into underwater adventures? Scuba diving in Cozumel gives you a front row seat to the vibrant marine life of the world's second-largest barrier reef. Or perhaps you'd like to snorkel in the ethereal cenotes, natural sinkholes filled with crystal-clear water found throughout the Yucatan Peninsula. Now, if you're a history buff, Mexico is your playground. From the awe-inspiring pyramids of Teotihuacan near Mexico City to the well-preserved Mayan ruins of Chichen Itza, there's a treasure trove of ancient sites to explore. Many of these spots offer guided tours that provide deeper insights into Mexico's rich history. Maybe you're the artistic type. The vibrant arts and crafts scenes in places like Oaxaca and San Miguel de Allende offer ample opportunities to get hands-on with local artisans. Learn to weave a rug, shape pottery, or even take a traditional cooking class. Whether you're scaling mountains, diving deep into the ocean, or steeping yourself in culture, Mexico offers a vast array of activities that cater to every interest and energy level. Phew, we've covered a lot, haven't we? But before we wrap up, we'll share some insider tips and tricks to make your Mexico trip absolutely unforgettable. Trust me, you'll want to stick around for these golden nuggets of wisdom. Okay, folks, you've made it this far, and now it's time for the cherry on top. Insider tips and tricks that'll take your Mexico experience from amazing to absolutely unforgettable. These are the game changers, so pay close attention. Tip 1. Learn a few phrases in Spanish. While many people in touristy areas speak English, a little Spanish goes a long way. Simple phrases like gracias, thank you, por favor, please, and cuánto cuesta, how much does it cost, can make your interactions more enjoyable and respectful. Tip 2. Always carry cash. While credit cards are widely accepted, smaller vendors and remote areas may only take cash. Keep some pesos handy, and you'll never miss out on that must-have souvenir or mouth-watering street food. Tip 3. Embrace local etiquette. In Mexico, it's customary to greet people with a kiss on the cheek. It's a sign of warmth and hospitality, so don't be surprised if you're welcomed this way. Tip 4. Pack for various climates. Mexico's diverse geography means you might experience multiple climates in one trip. Packing layers and versatile clothing can save you from uncomfortable extremes. Tip 5. Seek out less touristy gems. Places like Isla Holbox, Bacalar, and Puebla offer authentic experiences away from the crowds. You'll find unique attractions and perhaps discover a new favorite spot. Tip 6. Don't forget to tip. Tipping is common in Mexico, especially in service industries. A tip of 10 to 20% is generally expected in restaurants, and small tips for bellboys, housekeepers, and tour guides are appreciated. Armed with these insider tips, you're more than ready to take on Mexico like a pro. From its stunning landscapes to its rich history and world-renowned cuisine, Mexico is a destination that's as diverse as it is captivating. Wow, we've covered a lot of ground together, haven't we? From the essentials of safety and paperwork to the thrills of adventure and the joys of Mexican cuisine, we've touched on just about everything you need to know for an unforgettable trip to Mexico. Remember, the best trips are those that are well planned, but leave room for spontaneity. So take the tips and insights you've gained from this guide, and then let Mexico surprise you with its endless wonders and vibrant culture. Nab, thank you so much for joining me on this comprehensive journey through one of the world's most fascinating travel destinations. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more travel tips and insights. Until next time, safe travels and Viva Mexico!